Welcome to Karen's Creative Cards on YouTube. I am Karen Hashik, and I am so happy to be participating in the Save the Crafty YouTuber video hop. We so appreciate every subscriber and minute spent watching our videos, and I'm so happy you stopped by today. I am sharing napkin card Minc techniques with shimmer and foil in my video, and you could win my prize package of dies, stamps, and other goodies shown in this video, valued at $50 if you live in the United States and leave a comment on this video before April 5th, 2020. I'll show you the prize you could win at the end of my video. You must state in your comment that you have a USA mailing address to be eligible to win my prize. The more comments you leave along the video hop, the better your chances to win. And if you are an international guest, you are still eligible for many of the prizes. Designer paper can get so expensive, and I've discovered an inexpensive alternative to designer paper: napkins. Pretty colored napkins are available at many stores, including the dollar store and craft stores. I bought these two packages at Hobby Lobby with my coupon, of course, and after cutting each napkin into 4 pieces, I could have 200 card fronts for less than $4. Years ago, we were taught how to attach napkins to cardstock with an iron, and if you don't have a Heidi swap Minc, you can still do that, but I'm showing how easy it is to do this with a Minc. So I have one of the napkins, and the first thing that you're going to do is skin the napkin. So what that means is you're going to take this white off the back. Now some of the napkins have 2 plies or 3 plies. This happens to be a 2-ply, but if you can't see basically through it, and if there's a lot of white, you need to get another layer off. Then what we're going to do is I have some cling wrap, saran wrap, whatever you want to call it, laid down on a piece of cardstock, and I am going to simply place the napkin on top of that. Now I have my Minc set to 5. That's higher than most applications. Most foiling, and my Minc anyway, is done at 3. But to really melt this, and that's what you're trying to do, you're melting the cling wrap or the saran wrap to hold the napkin down. You're going to want it at a 5. So I have lots and lots of napkins, and look at that really pretty one that I cut apart and created this card here. And I'm going to show you how to add that real subtle shimmer there. Can you see that there's a little bit of just beautiful light shimmer in those cards? So the napkin and the cling wrap have gone through the Minc. And it is attached. Can you see that? And of course, I always cut the piece a little bigger than what I want, so now I can trim this down to the size that I want, but it's that easy rather than an iron. But again, if you don't have a Minc, you can use an iron for any of these cards and these techniques that I'm going to share. So once again, that was pretty, but it's even prettier with some sparkle and shimmer. So these are the 2 cards that I created with some beautiful napkins. And one very easy way to add some shimmer, it's subtle, but some subtle shimmer to a napkin card or any card, is the Nuvo Aqua Shimmer. In this case, it's a Midas touch, so it's gold. And it just comes out like that. And then you just take the brush, so there's a brush in it, and I always start on a piece of paper over here so I don't get a real big blob on what it is that I'm trying to add shimmer to. And then when you're done, it's just a very subtle but very beautiful gold shimmer on there. And so that's the first way that I'm sharing how to add some shimmer and shine to your napkin cards. Here's another beautiful napkin that I had, and I created this card, my favorite way to add sparkle to any card is to apply Deco Foil Transfer Gel through a stencil, let it dry, and then run it through my Minc, and then you get these gold, beautiful but very subtle additions of sparkle and shine there. And all you really do to do that is attach your napkin like I showed you, and then pick a stencil. In this case it's from a Colorful Life Designs, and then you're going to take Deco Foil Transfer Gel and just take some and apply it through the holes. And then once it's dry and clear, you put a piece of gold foil on top and run it through your machine. So it's that simple to add just some pretty sparkle. The card would be pretty without it, but I think it's even prettier with it. I'm very excited. Deco Foil has come out with a new Duo Gel, and you don't even need a Minc or a laminator for that to attach foil. So I'm really excited to give that a try, and we'll share it when I do. Another easy way to add sparkle with a Minc is my Grunge foil technique, where I sprinkle embossing powder on and then run it through a Minc with a piece of foil. And the Minc melts the embossing powder and grabs some of the sparkly foil, as I did in this card. So I didn't want something over the whole card, but I like the idea of adding some sparkle in those areas. So I just did a little bit of embossing powder, and then the Minc set on 3, which I'm going to get ready here, melts that embossing powder and just adds a little bit of sparkle to that card, which I think is a very cool technique. But how about if we combine those two techniques as I did on this card? So there is the Grunge foil technique with the embossing powder, and there is the transfer gel through a stencil, and then a piece of gold foil on top, and you have that lovely combination of the sparkle in the gold. And I'm going to show you how to do that. I have applied transfer gel. This is sticking. That's not good. Okay. I had some temporary tape behind here. That was to hold it down when I was putting the gel on, and that stuck to the foil, but that's not going to be a problem here. I have applied the transfer gel through a stencil, and it is this stencil, which is from istencils, and so there is you're going to see it better with the gold on there. There's like a tulip, floating tulip design on there, which is very pretty. And then I am also going to apply some Nuvo Fine Detail Embossing Powder onto it. And the foil that I'm using is one of my favorites. It is, I'm sure that's shining in there, it is the Deco foil by Brutus Monroe called Gold Static. So I like the kinds that foil the best that have some movement or different colors in it. So again, that's ready to go. We're going to take a carrier, and then I like to use my fingers, so I'm just going to dump a little bit here. You can use any embossing powder, but I like the fine detail personally because I just like there to be just a little bit, not big clumps of the color. So it's totally optional how much you use, of course. I'm just sprinkling a little bit on the areas of the wood where the flowers aren't. And then, of course, I have to put the foil on top. And we're going to run this through our Minc. And in the meantime, go, you know. Yeah. Doesn't take very long to heat up, but I should have waited for the beep, so we'll see. I think it's going to work though. The Minc warms up way, way faster than a traditional laminator. Yep. So we have the sprinkles of the embossing powder, and we have the beauty of that stenciled flowing tulip design on the napkin background. So this is a card that I created using that idea. So again, the beautiful foil and also the sprinkles of foil along with the hello from Tonic Studios. And you know, you don't want to waste any of that foil, so I ran it through again with a toner sheet and put some extra pieces on the inside with that technique. So I love how this napkin card with the sparkle of foil turned out. And I am going to include this in my prize that one lucky commenter can win. And I have in that prize some Tim Holtz dies, some stamps, and your very own Nuvo Aqua Shimmer pen that I showed you how to use, along with some stencils, some of my favorite foil, which is again from Brutus Monroe, and then a whole supply of beautiful napkins. So you can use some of my favorite napkins and the techniques that I shared and make your very own cards. You must have a mailing address in the USA to qualify to win this prize, valued at about $50. After April 5th, I will pick a winner, and that winner will be announced by Justine, and the link to where to find the winners is in my description box. I will also respond to the winning comment and will need you to share your mailing address with me within 10 days of that announcement, or your prize will be forfeited. So be sure to check back to see if you won any prizes on or about April 10th. Thanks for watching, sharing, and subscribing, and thanks too for helping me share the joy of creativity.